Welcome back, everyone, to my Let's Play of Dragon Quest V. Last episode, we stopped off in Salabona in preparation for heading to the east, to the forest. We were told by one of the sisters in the nunnery that the forest east of Salabona, there may be an entrance to the fairy world there. So we need to get to the fairy world because the fairies were the ones who created the orbs that allowed the Zenithian Castle to levitate. So with the gold orb destroyed by Gem at the end of Generation 1, we need to get a replacement made. So hopefully the fairies can still do that. Like Generation 1, the fairies did not appear to adults. So if you really want to progress in this upcoming dungeon, you have to have one of the kids with you. So at the end of the episode, though, I'll show off what happens if you go in there without any of the kids, and basically it just becomes a maze. And then I'm going to show off what happens if you just go in there with your daughter. I guess the game keeps thinking that, you know, you're always going to have the son with you because he's the legendary hero. And so the game will default its dialogue to as if the son was there, even if the son isn't there. Kind of like how we saw in Reinhardt when we took our kids to visit Prince Henry and his son Colin. You know, Harriet was the only one there, but they were still saying like, you know, is this your son? So yeah, the game. Another thing that I would have picked up if I was bug testing this game, but it's all good, and you know, maybe it might be an issue with the translation as well. Remember, this is a fan translated patch, so. But there's our party. I'm gonna put Pippin in here and get him some more time in the limelight. Pretty soon, we only need a few more medals. I think 4 more small medals, and we'll be able to get the Falcon Sword for him, and then he'll be starting to see a lot more use. So, this is the Forest of Illusion, a path is said to exist here that can lead you to a fairy village. But it doesn't seem like any ordinary Joe can find this path. Of course, if you were able to see fairies, you'd be able to see this path, though. And that's why we need the kids. And we can't go to the fairy world anymore through Santa Rosa. That portal is gone. That's the one that Bean took. So let's send that one medal. Send it off and talk with this other lady, and then we'll go check those drawers because there's another treasure in there. When I was younger, I once caught a glimpse of some fairies, you know. So there's multiple ways you can get around this thing. It kind of looks like an, I guess like an S almost. So you could go up, then right, then down, and then loop around. Then you'll eventually get to where the fairy campfire is. But it's a little quicker to just head down. And we're going to head over to the right. And even if it isn't quicker, going this way, you'll encounter the treasure. There's two treasure chests in here. So this way is we'll get the treasure quicker. Another new enemy, the Iger Horn. These Iger Horns, they can actually join your party, and they're actually a pretty good monster. They have a lot of good equipment selection, and they learn a few spells as well, and skills. So we're going to head to the south here, to like the bottom part of this 8. And the next screen we'll see we'll have a treasure chest. There'll be a fairy sword, which we will give to Harriet, she can use. And that sword, when used in battle, can cast the increase spell. So now Harriet will have both increase and decrease, and by kill. So she'll be a woman of all trades, a Jill of all trades. Here's the annoying farewell crags. As you can see, if they're by themselves, they can cast the spell farewell. Bean knows that spell too, and basically what that does is at the user's cost of the user's life, everyone else in the party will be revived. But Harriet managed to put that one to sleep, so it couldn't cast the spell anymore. So let's head on over. There's the treasure chest. This one's easy to find. The next one is a little more complicated. But yeah, this we'll give to Harriet. It's a single target spell, like a single target weapon, like all swords. I'm mainly keeping it because, like I said, just for the increase. Harriet is much better with her magic than being a physical attacker. Although if she had the Gringham Whip, then maybe she might be a good physical attacker. But the other treasure chest is a little hard to get because you have to go forward, and when you reach the campfire, turn around, and you get this secret passage here. And I'm going to head back. Now, you can't really tell, but that fire is kind of flickering. And that's because there's somebody there by the fire. And it's a fairy. And you have to talk with it. And as long if you have the kids with you, the fairy will talk back with you. And you'll see when I do it after the episode. If you don't have the kids with you, the fairy will just scream and then take off. And then you just get to this point and you won't be led to this secret fairy village. And it's the fairy village that being visited back when he was young. The last time was, about 20 some years ago. What? You're that human child? You've grown. Wow, a human hasn't come to this village in years. Yeah, Bean was the last one. And that would have been back when Bean was 6, and so then 10 years and as a slave, and then 8 years as a statue, and then at least a year adventuring because Bianca got pregnant with twins. So 19, 20 years. You know, the armor shop has a lot of good new armor here. Finally got those flying water clothes. Remember when we were going to Mountain Village Shazad the first time? If you would have married Flora, you would have got the flying water clothes from Master Ludman. So you just see how good those flying water clothes are. They're not available for sale until right now. So yeah, having those that early in the game, it's one of the best reasons, I guess, to marry Flora early. You get such a really good piece of equipment, way earlier than you're supposed to, but go with what your heart tells you. Ordinary humans cannot see the great palace of the fairies, but if you blow up on the horn of fairies, you'll be able to gaze upon it. In a forest surrounded by mountains and a solitary lake. That's where the castle of the fairies is. And we're going to get the fairy horn from the queen up here. And our friend Bella from Generation 1, who accompanied us to the ice palace, she's still here. Oh, Bean, I knew it was you the moment I saw you. It's been a while, hasn't it, Bean? The way to see the Queen of Fairies is below these stairs. Luna will tell you exactly what to do. Good luck, Bean. But first, we need to get the fairy horn. Is there anything I can do for you? Nah, we're good. Oh, but it's been so long. Even if you have nothing to ask of me, please stay as long as you wish. Oh, could it be? Oh, you Bean. Oh, how long has it been since we last met? I'm so very grateful for what you did then. Is there anything I can do for you? Yes. You tell the story. I see, then I can finally repay you for so many years ago. Bean, take this horn with you. I am sure that the Queen of Fairies will help you. Yeah, we got a fairy horn. And, she will pray that the Zenithian Castle gets returned to the sky. So the fairy horn, we have to use it in a lake surrounded by a bunch of mountains. If we look at our world map, Wayfarer's map, basically there's a lake surrounded by mountains, basically to the north of the Sky Tower, where we got the Magma Staff to enter the Zenithian Castle. So we're going to go back to the center of the world to go there. Luckily, there ain't really a dungeon. You just basically go to the lake, and there's no enemies there, so it's a safe passage. Head up this way, turn around, get us back to the beginning. Yeah, you notice that Bean was automatically placed in our party when we entered that fairy village. So we'll return to Ned's Inn. That's the closest place. Dunk. We'll heal ourselves up. And then we will head to the center aisle again. And we'll use that horn. So let's hop on our magic carpet. Oh, we gotta step out a little bit here. Bean. Let's put the kids back together. There we go. We'll be going, after this, let's look at the map real quick. So yeah, you can see in the center of the wall there, right above that yellow spot, there's a lake. That is the lake we're going to. I'll probably keep the kids with me for the next little dungeon we're going to do. That is the Emblem Cave. We were told about that a while ago. We got some, back in Reinhardt, we got some more information about that, or at least items that are in the Emblem Cave when we were in Oracleberry. That cave is where the cloak is, the royal cloak. It's one of the items of this wall that are stronger than the Zenithian gear. And that'll be Bean's best equipment, body armor. So you have to blow the fairy horn, but you have to blow it in a certain location. And it's easy to tell where the location is because you just keep heading to the north, and eventually you're going to run across a flower. There you go. Stop at the flower, blow the fairy horn there, and like Luna said, normal eyes can't see the fairy castle, but if we blow the fairy horn, it will appear for us. We'll be able to head on in and see the Queen of Fairies and see if she can help us out by recreating that golden orb to allow Zenithian Castle to fly. So from here we just head straight up. We can see the reflection of the castle in the water. Kind of reminds me of that reflection, the palette looks a little like the underground castle in Final Fantasy VI. Welcome to the Palace of Fairies. We have a save point here. I don't think I ever showed off what happens if you say you don't want to save the game. If you say nothing, oh, God watches over you. Do come back anytime. So yeah, there. Got that new dialogue. We will be saving here a little bit later. Yes, we know the legendary hero has been born. May God's blessing be with Lord Cosmo. Welcome, my friends. Lady Paladin has been kind enough to relay the details to me. True, our ancestors were the ones who crafted the first two orbs. However, we can no longer make the orb that you require. Watch. She created a glowing orb from thin air. See, I have tried to make the original orb, and though the shape is the same, the orb does not have the power to levitate the Zenithian Castle that it once did. Bean, perhaps you can do something about that. This orb is yours to keep, Bean. We got a glowing orb. But we need a golden orb. We do not have the power to manipulate the turns of fate, but you, Bean, I believe have. So yes, we are, spoiler, we'll be actually doing some time traveling. But it's going to be a little bit of a long cutscene, so we're not going to see it in this episode. But hey, we just learned that Bean has the blood of Elhaven because of his mother, Martha, and apparently Bianca has the blood of the legendary hero in her. So that's, like I said, both Bianca and Flora are adopted, so that way they can write either of them being, you don't know who their actual parents are, so that way they can both have the, doesn't matter who you choose as your wife, they can say that it's the legendary hero's bloodline. And this lady, she says she's gonna take a moment, and you think she's gonna run off and ask the queen, like, hey, could they take the treasure? But she doesn't say anything. You just take the treasure. We get a staff of thunder that can cast like a lightning spell, like a zap spell, similar to what Sancho's Zeus's spear does in battle. And we also get the Princess Robe, which is the most powerful armor for Harriet to use. We can also end up giving it to our wife, whoever it is, Bianca or Flora. But there's another armor that only she can equip. That's not as good as the Princess Robe, but it's better to give the Princess Robe to your daughter and your wife this angel leotard, because it's better than giving the wife the Princess Robe and then giving your daughter something much less. So I think she might have to be stuck then with like the flying water cloth. So yeah, it just works out better that way. So yeah, pretty much Harriet has got all her endgame equipment that she needs. And here we are with no kids. We're walking in with Bean, Sancho, and Pippin. As you see, the top of the ferry, it just runs off. The ferry doesn't talk back with us. If we try to go into this area, we just get lost. If we go with the daughter, we can still talk. For some reason, it acts like Cosmo is here too. See, Cosmo, of course. What can I do for you? Well, we want to go to the fairy village. But you see, Cosmo ain't there, but like I said, I guess the game just defaults to assuming that the sun is with you because he is the legendary hero after all. So, poor Harriet. She's like the second place child. But she's still a very useful party member, so very good for random encounters. So that'll be it for this episode. Take care, or we go back in time in the next episode. Bye!